Mission Impossible Fallout is a spy action thriller film and is directed by Christopher McQuarrie and stars Tom Cruise, Simon Pegg, Rebecca Ferguson, and Henry Cavill. This is, without question, the best Mission Impossible film of the entire franchise, but also one of the best action films of all time. Before I continue, for those who are wondering what I thought of the first 5 films, I will give a brief rundown on my thoughts of the previous films. If you want to skip past this, then you can go to this point in the review. The first Mission Impossible was an excellent tension thriller film with iconic set pieces and a great introduction to the film series. And while I do understand the common criticism that the film has a complicated plot which does make it hard to follow, it never really bothered me as I was able to follow it well enough and it is a personal favorite. The second film is without question the weakest film of the series as it just turns into a straightforward action film, with director John Woo's questionable style choices on display here. And it turns the Ethan Hunt character into a sort of James Bond character type. And while I don't hate the film as the action scenes are pretty much worth the price of admission, the film still comes off as a boring mess. The third Mission Impossible, while still an improvement over the last film, it never fully capitalized on its potential, and it just comes off as an okay movie. But the one thing it has going for it is it has the best villain of the series, played by Philip Seymour Hoffman. Ghost Protocol is the one that established the level for all future Mission Impossible films. Not only did the movie have the best action set pieces of the whole series, but it also perfectly established the team dynamic where not all the work was on Tom Cruise's shoulders, as the work also shifted to Simon Pegg's and Jeremy Renner's characters. The one major knock I have against the film is it has the worst villain of the franchise, as his big plan is to blow up stuff with a missile. And this is the only villain not to get to Ethan Hunt personally. And finally, Rogue Nation, and before even seeing Fallout, I would have said this was the best film of the series, as it recaptures the tension thriller aspect of the first film and has awesome action scenes and the best lineup of characters. Moving back to Fallout, like I stated, not only is this the best film of the series, but it's easily one of the best films of the year. Fallout takes some of the elements from the previous films and steps them up to the very next level. The action set pieces are the best you will ever see, which makes me sad as Mission Impossible is one of the last few action franchises where its stunts and action scenes are majorly practical and don't rely heavily on CGI or that pesky green screen. The characters and the actors who play them, like usual, are on point. Simon Pegg once again brings much needed humor to the series. Ving Rhames, like usual, plays the awesome Luther. Rebecca Ferguson gives us another interesting portrayal. Henry Cavill brings an interesting dynamic to the lineup of characters that has been done before. And Tom Cruise, like the true professional, puts his body and his leg on the line to bring us the most emotionally charged portrayal of Ethan Hunt to date. The story, like everything else, is the best of the series, as it successfully pulls off the feeling that Ethan Hunt and his team won't be able to get the job done. The villain from the last film returns and he is massively improved, as he is almost on the same level as Philip Seymour Hoffman's villain, as he's this close to personally getting to Ethan Hunt. Getting back to the action scenes, these are the most memorable you will ever see. So much happens in the film and the action scenes never got tiresome. Before I wrap up, I want to praise director Christopher McQuarrie for delivering a Mission Impossible film that sets itself apart from all the others, which is not an easy task as the whole series has been directed by a who's who of directors, from Brian De Palma, John Woo, J.J. Abrams, and Brad Bird. But Christopher McQuarrie was the first and so far only director to come back and do another one of these films. And the fact that he was able to improve so much from the last film he directed is a testament to his skills as a filmmaker and a screenwriter, as most people don't realize that he is an Oscar winner having written The Usual Suspects. Overall, if you have never seen a single Mission Impossible film, it is worth getting through the okay films to get to this film achievement. Personally, this is as far as I can see the series go, as I don't think it's going to get better than this. Much like other spy action franchises such as the James Bond and Jason Bourne series, eventually those film series will hit their high point and make an amazing film, but then every film afterward will never hit that same level again. For me, Casino Royale and The Bourne Ultimatum was the high point of those franchises, and I see Mission Impossible Fallout as being as good as it gets for the series. Besides that, this film was amazing. The action set pieces were incredible, the characters were played expertly, and while the film does have a few cliches, there were just too many great moments for me to count. This is one of the best action films ever, without a doubt, and as of this recording, this is my #1 favorite film of the year, and I'm going to give Mission Impossible Fallout a 10 out of 10. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see, be sure to like my Facebook page, follow me on Twitter, and subscribe to my channel below. As always, I'm NETX5. Thank you for watching.